Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear friends, dear students. Welcome all to our Thursday night program in a Govindas restaurant. Thank you for coming. We're happy to be in your association today. And probably we'll speak today about something spiritual, some spirit matters, hopefully more spirit, less matter. And probably we'll discuss how to be balanced in this material world, how to be worldly engaged at the same time be spiritual. Is it you would be interested in this kind of discussion? Is it okay? How's it everyone, by the way? You good? If anyone likes to introduce himself, you can go forward if you want.
Yeah, we can go around in a circle.
Huh? Is it okay? You can say what's your name, how you feel today, and how long you practice in something, whatever you practice.
Yeah, my name is Rohan.
Nice to meet you.
And I feel good today. I feel great. And I've been practicing with ISKCON for I think close to a year and a half.
That's good, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Nice to meet you.
Hare Krishna. My name is Radha Brajapran Devidasi.
Nice.
And I feel very happy coming to temple for sure. I usually come on Sundays, but it's good to come on weekdays also and get engaged in programs like this. I've been engaged in spirituality since the last 13 years.
30 years?
13.
13, okay. Also good.
Always peaceful.
Long time, senior. Huh? Nice.
Okay, my name is Tarini Radhika. I've been engaged in spirituality for a very long time, and I found Krishna consciousness 6 years ago. I've been initiated 3 years ago, and second initiation 2 years ago.
Third will be
And I
coming.
feel happy. Huh?
Third initiation will be coming.
Yeah, right.
Next.
Only by association with beauty, which is like after that maybe.
Hi Krishna, my name is Miyuri. I'm feeling great today. I actually don't live here. I am from study in the UK. I've come here for an internship. But yeah, I've been engaged in spirituality thankfully my whole life. My parents
Nice. You
were
born?
in ISKCON before I was born, so 22 years.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
You born
I
in
was born
Krishna
in
conscious
ISKCON,
family?
yeah.
In which place in the world?
In
which?
Dubai.
In?
Dubai.
Dubai. Okay.
Navadeh Chapter.
You said you came from UK.
I study in the UK.
Oh.
I live in Dubai.
Nice. Welcome.
And words, dear devotees, I'm Ananta Shesh, and I've
Ananta Shesh.
Yeah.
Nice name, man.
Thank you. I've been practicing for about like 3 years now. I came here in ISKCON for the Gaur Purnima in 2023. And from there on, after reading Srila Prabhupada's books, it's been an ongoing mission to try and seek reality. So yeah, I'm feeling good that I came out here today. I haven't been to this program for about a year now, so it's nice to finally be here again and get the association with you guys.
Good. Welcome back. Yeah. Thanks so much.
I'm Ashwin. I'm feeling good today. Tired. I've been kind of engaged in spirituality, I guess, for maybe the past like 5-6 years.
Oh, nice.
ISKCON specifically maybe for the past year since I moved here.
Yeah.
My name's Oscar. I've been engaged with spirituality since I was a kid. I grew up Catholic. And yeah, I mean, for most of my life, my spirituality was based on my relationship with Christ. And it still very much is. But I actually asked Christ for some guidance, and he led me to Bhagavad Gita. So I met some devotees at giving out books. And yeah, I've been involved with ISKCON for a few months now. And yeah, been practicing Krishna consciousness for, since November last year, I think.
Oh, okay. How do you find Krishna consciousness? How do you define it?
Moment, I think I've gotten some answers to some questions that I had, and I still have plenty of questions, but little by little, I think things are coming up. So.
Good. Okay, so happy to be here in your association. I see you all more or less aware what is going on. So you're in spiritual kind of circle. So therefore we can speak more freely, discuss Krishna conscious topics. And so today is the topic how to catch a balance between spiritual and material, right? How to stay spiritual but still be engaged in worldly duties. And normally most of the people, they have misconception that spiritual life is kind of a life of extreme renunciation. Isolated life somewhere in a cave, in a forest, in a jungle, live in the cave, engage in meditation, stay away from worldly anxieties, opposite sex, work, whatever we engage here. And it's like extreme kind of condition of life. And most of the people, they doing something opposite, right? They engage in worldly things, they try to catch up with life, catch up many things, try to do their career or social, family, worldly duties, and very busy, right? So that's how we understand life. Two modes of action. One is very busy in material life, it's called active sense gratification, right? So because people act to get result and to enjoy their senses, right? They're motivated by this kind of remuneration of their work. So it's called, in spiritual knowledge, it's called karma, right? So within karma, you get some result, and people very busy to do so. And another extreme, horrible, it's called jnana, or means it's called false renunciation, because we try to falsely renounce the object of the senses and become detached, like very artificially, kind of give up everything, go somewhere, like less sleep, less eat, try to meditate. So that's called jnana, right? So two modes of activities in this world. And people sometimes jump from one to another because there is another misconception of life, that people think when I become loser in material life, I hit some crisis or critical situation, then I give it up and just go for renunciation, right? So they're jumping from one mode to another. They don't know anything else, basically, how the people think. And same thing happened with Arjuna, our hero from Bhagavad Gita, this personage of Bhagavad Gita, and he hit some crisis in his life. He was devastated by this situation, with huge war with his ex-friends and relatives and so on and so forth. So he tried to renounce everything and escape, right? This critical situation. Go to the forest, stay in the forest, meditate, do some spirituality, so-called spirituality. So Krishna cut him down. He said, no, it's not proper. So both things not really what is we think or understand spiritual life. So Krishna, he is being supreme authority on knowledge. He is a knower of Vedanta. He is a compiler of the Vedas. Vedasya sarvara ahameva vedi Vedanta krit veda videva chaha. So he is a quite authoritative source of knowledge. So he explained Arjuna how to work, how to act in this world. in a proper way. How to be in this world, but at the same time be out of this world. Be in the world, but be out of this world, like Jesus said. So we in this world, but out of this world. So this is called art of action, or we can call it karma sannyasa yoga. And Krishna explained it, how to do it. And he said, you have to work, you have to still be active, be in the world, but do it for me, not for your own sense gratification, not for your own cause, but for my cause, for higher cause. And some of the people, they think, what is that? So I have to work hard, but for somebody else. They give away to somebody else everything. It's like a slavery, it's like a bondage, right? Do you agree? It's not really sound good, eh? So probably somebody think we cheated by this kind of instructions. But actually, Krishna, who is a, you can come closer. There is a free space here. And actually, why Krishna said so? Because he's a supreme proprietor of everything. He's the source of all resources of material world. Whatever we try to catch, to find, so he's the source of everything. And he's the supreme proprietor and only one proprietor, only one owner of everything. But we, all of us, we like a tenants. We take this resource from Krishna and we have free will to use it for Krishna or for our own sense gratification, right? It's like triangle, you can draw it. There is owner, there is resource, material energy, and there is a, let's say, tenant or doer, which is Jiva, Atma, or Jiva soul, living entity. So if you do it for Krishna, because Krishna is the source of everything, so we will be free from the bondage of consequences of our work. That's what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. So you have to work for me and do it like a sacrifice. Otherwise, work causing bondage in material life. Yardha upayunjita lokoyam karma bandhana, Krishna said. This is Sanskrit. And normally people, they have idea if we work, why we work and why we're acting in this world, to get result. But actually work not for meant for this. Work meant for to purify our consciousness and to get knowledge, to uplift our consciousness through the proper action, right? It's called renunciation through the wisdom. Therefore we take these two extremes, which are called false renunciation and active sense gratification. We take one word from each and combine together. It becomes active renunciation, right? So this is proper action in this world, how we can act, how we can go with the life, but be free from contamination, bondage, and trapped into the karma bandhana, which is very unwanted thing, because we're going to trapped into this and we're going to take new births with whole package, old age, disease, birth, cycle, repeated birth and death. So Krishna explained, and this is very wonderful profile or mode of action in this world, how we can stay and work, still be active, still be engaged, because we're active living entities. We cannot stay away artificially. We have to be engaged because we have senses, we have body, we have subtle mind, we have everything, all instruments. So if it's engaged in proper way, so we can use it for upliftment of the consciousness, for development of spiritual God consciousness, spiritual vision. And it's called yoga for new millennium. So yoga for urban people, or let's say urban yogis. You live in a city, but you're still a spiritual person. You can be in the midst of city life, family life, social life, but you can be renounced. That's what Krishna said. So because everything belongs to Krishna, if we use all the resources as a service to Him, as an offering to Him, then we are rightly situated in our renunciation. It's called Yukta Vairagya. Vairagya means renunciation of raga, attachment. But Yukta means you still engage with, you still taking it for, for your service. Yukta Vairagya, so can be used, all the resources, whatever you have, you shouldn't renounce it for, falsely. Like somebody gave me the phone, for example, smartphone. Nowadays everyone has smartphone. So, but being renounced, I could have thrown it out, right? I'm very renounced person. But rather I can use it for Krishna service. I can set up some nice Veda-based program app and do some whatever movies and things and listen lectures and reading books. And this is called Yukta Vairagya, right? So we can use everything, whatever you want to come up with, we can use it, we can engage it in Krishna service, because Krishna is the source of everything. And we still be renounced, We're not contaminated by this material energy. So this is proper situation in this material world. You can go with a life, you can live 100 years and you be free and comfortable, continue with the life. That's what Krishna proposed to Arjuna. Fight for my cause, because Arjuna's work was fighting. So fight for my cause, but for me, and you will be free from all karma. Right? Krishna said, Mashuchaha, I will give you liberation, right? Sarva dharma parijajaya. Moksha ikshami mashuchaha. Don't fear, don't be fearful. So you'll get free from all your karma if you fight for me. So he said, you have to fight, you have to do your work. In other words, so our work, our fight we also, every one of us, we have our own fight with material energy, right? With our mind, with external situation, with our body, and things. So many challenges. So we have to fight, at the same time we have to think of Krishna. That's what he said. Tasmat sarveshu kalishman anusmaran yutyesha mayarpita manu buddhir mam evashyasam asamshaya. Yudha means fight. So you have to fight, but think of me, Krishna said, at the same time, in the middle of fight. So for Arjuna it's a very challenging situation to fight and think of Krishna. So we have maybe a little more kind of peaceful situation in this world. We can think of Krishna. We can train our mind to think of Krishna, and without doubt you will attain Krishna at the end of the story. You'll get there. So that's what Krishna proposed to us, and this is wonderful yoga which we can be engaged, and this is very practical demonstration of spiritual life. Active renunciation, right? Krishna said, Yad karoshi yad nasnasi yad juhosi dadasi yad tapasya sekonta yad mat kurushvatat arpana. Whatever you eat, whatever you do, whatever austerity you perform, whatever you do in your life, you have to offer it to me. Mat kurushvatat arpana. Arpana means offering. So this is very simple and very skillful thing how to avoid attacks of material energy and consequences of your activities in this world, because every action has actually an opposite reaction. What goes around comes around. So everything is under the control of jurisdiction of external energy. To survive here, we have to work for Krishna. And this is the best way how to deal with material energy. And then we can uplift our consciousness and we can understand we're not these bodies, we're eternal spirit souls, because we're giving away our result of work. We're not attached to this. This is work without attachment. Renunciation through the wisdom. And then we can be free. And this is work for upliftment, for purification, for elevation of our consciousness to the level of God consciousness. To understand finally Krishna and understand our relationship with Him. So this is a wonderful way how to survive in this material energy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Maybe we can discuss it more and go deeper if you have any questions, comments, or any reflections on that. Or is any one of you have any burning topics or questions, we can discuss it as well. Is it okay?
You said something which stood out to me. You said it's very practical. So, there's teachings in Bhagavad Gita, and you do it. So what does one experience if they're living their life offering everything to God, offering everything to Krishna? What are some practical examples of what that looks like? You gave a nice example of you can use technology, but then does someone feel different? How would they know that that's the right thing to do? Does something in the world change around them?
How they know that we're doing right things if we follow this kind of program?
Yeah. How does one know that they're getting free from the bondage of karma by becoming a servant of God?
Yeah, that's a good question. So how do we know that this is right knowledge? That's what happened and what was promised to us that we'll get at the end of the story. Because so we rely on a supreme source of knowledge, a supreme evidence, which is timeless wisdom of the Vedas. So Vedas are Aupurusha, means superhuman knowledge. It is not created by any man, any science, any scientific technologies. So this is beyond of this world. This is divine knowledge. This is given by God Himself. So Krishna is the speaker, but Krishna is the supreme authority. He's a supreme Bhagavan, right? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He speaks, and this is absolute truth, which was given to us. And this is perfect knowledge without any faults, any defects. It's infallible knowledge. So therefore, by relying on this knowledge, which is divine, so we can be free from any defects, which actually all conditioned souls have these 4 defects. You remember these 4 defects? Our senses are imperfect. Then we commit mistakes. Then we fall into illusion, and then also we cheat others to hide our imperfections. So these 4 defects for all conditioned souls. But this knowledge is free because it's superhuman knowledge. So if we take up this knowledge seriously and apply in our life, we see it works, and everything is perfect if we follow this. So therefore we rely on this knowledge and we believe. We put our faith in that knowledge. We don't believe what they're saying on TV program, or scientists come up with different ideas about how world created, or what is the source of everything, how everything has happened. So whatever ideas they proposed, so we don't believe in those, right? Or you still believe? It's also a system of belief, but we believe in the words of Krishna, which is given in the Vedas. So this is perfect knowledge. This is self-manifested knowledge. This came from the Krishna's perfect consciousness. Veda Narayana, what is it? Veda Narayana Sakshat Swayambhu Iti Shushuma. Sakshat means directly from Narayana. It came from Narayana. Is it okay or something else? Is it okay?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
In order to accept this renouncing style of life, saying that I'm not gonna enjoy myself, I want Krishna to enjoy.
Yes.
So the first step will be to become humble, isn't it?
Humble.
Humble, because you're gonna put someone before yourself, so then you're gonna become humble. So how to become humble in our world when everything is just screaming to you, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
How to become humble.
And would it be, it will be kind of something extraordinary specifically for a generation of their age. It will be more difficult, I would assume, because it's engraved everywhere. just enjoy yourself, just like every moment, enjoy every single moment for yourself. So how to approach this, how to start being humble and see that Krishna is more important than I am, how to become this.
It's a very big topic, it's very good. So we would say that to become humble is not external things. It's not like I'm artificially very...
If not wake up one morning and say that humble.
Yeah, for example, like Arjuna, he was killing on the battlefield a lot of enemies, and he was humble at the same time by killing thousands of people. How is it possible? So humility means when you give up all false, what is called false. What is the word, English word?
False ego.
Those?
Apore, reason.
Fundamentals. False fundamentals.
Something like that.
False harm.
Yeah. If you give up all the whatever you rely on in our life, means false things like maybe I'm rely on my bank account or my intelligence, my education or my gun, whatever. So you have to give up everything, all these things, and rely on Krishna, because this is only a real thing in this world. Because all other things are temporary. Pillars, yeah. All false pillars or fundamentals, whatever we created during our long-staying material life. So all these false ideas, false concepts of life, and on our body, or maybe on my ancestors in the past, or maybe on the demigods, or great divine living beings, those who given to us everything. So gradually we have to give it up everything, because life is meant for this. So life has teaches us how to give up false hopes and identification and aspiration in this life. So life teaches us. So if we give it up through the knowledge, when we naturally accept what Krishna said to us, so we become more rightly situated on our understanding of life. Then we become naturally humble, because Krishna is everything, and I'm not a doer, I am not a knower, an enjoyer in this life. I am just part and parcel of Krishna. I'm very small, insignificant, 1/10,000th tip of the hair. So this is my real size. I'm a spirit spark of supreme consciousness. I'm a spirit soul. So this is my real position. And this is humility. To rely on Krishna, to submit to Krishna's will and follow according to his will. So this is humility. And this is internal thing. It's not like, express some show, show for everyone that I'm very humble. When somebody offends me, I become immediately just respond, retaliate, hit, and respond. It's internal. Yoga is going inside. It's not outward thing. It's inside of ourselves. So therefore we can realize it through the knowledge, through the practice, through the surrender to Krishna. And this is our way of life, which is actually gradual surrender, step by step. We're going through the gradual accept Krishna and renounce material life. False things we renounce him and accept real things, which is Krishna. He is the cause of everything, and we try to come close to him. Something like that, maybe it's okay. If anyone has any reflection on that, maybe we can discuss also.
I have a question.
Oh.
So in the beginning of your talk, you were talking about how we should be, offering everything we do to Krishna, right? So most of the times we hear once you start, you have become somebody and you are making money, then it's recommended that you give some part of your earnings to the temple or donate, or have a Krishna conscious family and serve them. So that's how you offer what you have to Krishna. But before that, when you are still a student or you're just living by yourself, like how do we practically offer everything that we do on our daily basis except spirituality? For example, there is a devotee who does spiritual practices in the morning but goes to college, studies, exams, all those things, or someone who is working, like working in a grocery store or work as a doctor or anything. So how can they practically offer what they are doing in the material world to Krishna? Like how do we practically offer that to Krishna?
It's very nice. Yeah. I mean, it's a practical application of this knowledge because we're working hard to get some money, but then we have to pay some bills, some taxes, some mortgages, whatever. But if you give away everything, how we survive, right? So we have to be practical. So, but Hare Krishna people, they work sometimes outside. You can see them. Not all of them, they're monks. So they're working outside, they're making money, they survive somehow in this material world. How that practically applies this kind of thing? So basically we have to renounce the sense of false ownership. We not renounce the resources because we use it for our spiritual life, for our spiritual development, for Krishna, for Supreme Cause, for spreading Krishna consciousness as well. We use a lot of resources. For example, it's going to be a Rath Yatra on the 4th of July, on Saturday, in, what is the place? Ohio. So this is good, it's a big project, big preaching project. So requires so many resources and finances. So we have to, basically we have to renounce from the sense of false ownership. I don't have anything, so that's Krishna given to me. And it's like my share given to me according to my karma, or Krishna karma. Krishna gave it to me like for his personal use, for his service. And I can use it, but I should offer it to Krishna, think of Krishna, and finally give away my attachment to Krishna. Then I can survive and use the resources as well. So this is practical application. So we have to think of Krishna, we have to offer before, after, and in the middle as well. So, and if we always in conscious of Krishna, if we always think of Krishna, then so we're not attached to all these things. We understand the metaphysics of this world. We're in a world but out of this world. So we're working for Krishna, we're taking resources, but for Krishna's service, because we use it for our body, for our maintenance, just to continue our service. So if you have this proper consciousness, you don't need to renounce anything. You still get salary, you can use it, but for maintain your service, maintain your body which is available for the service of Krishna. And just give up false sense of ownership, this anasaktasya vishayan yuktasya upayunjitam nirbandha Krishna sambandha yukta vairagya ushite. That's principle of yukta vairagya, which is given by our spiritual master from the past. How to use the things and understand their connection with the source, and then you rightly situate it in your renunciation. At the same time, also with the studying, like you student, you're studying for, not for to get some big time, big things and just become some, work hard and play hard, and work, buy, consume and die, but for serve, give, offer and live. This is our mantra, not work, buy, consume and die. Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Say we're upset about injustice happening in the world, and we want to do something to, I don't know, alleviate somebody's suffering in some kind of capacity. How do we know that's aligned with Krishna as well, and not, self-serving or, validating some idea of justice that we, have constructed?
So how do we know that everything is, whatever happens is according to Krishna's will, not just happens by chance? or something like that. Is it?
Yeah, or like, say, we're upset that racism exists.
Racism.
And we know that it's institutionalized, right? And we think we could do something that could help, you know, marginalized people. How do we know that's, how could we make that an offering to Krishna, or is that, how can we kind of
Help to other people?
yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, without it being, I don't know, some like self-serving, you know, action that we're doing to validate some kind of idea of justice that we have in our head. Because something I've been questioning a lot is about like spiritual bypassing, like realizing that there's suffering in the world, and you know, understanding that yeah, people have karma and they're living it out, but also finding that middle ground of like having compassion for them, or for all beings, honestly.
So yeah, I mean, many different things you mentioned.
Yeah,
like how to be compassionate. Maybe this is karma. Why so many injustice going on in the world, right? So many tragedies, dramas, and wars and conflicts and things. Where is God? So God he doesn't actually involve in these things, or he created some imperfect world or something like that.
Yeah.
So many questions. People question what's happened in this world. If it's a divine world created by Lord, but then it's imperfect, that means the source of everything is also considered to be imperfect, right? Something wrong with him. We created something wrong, but he just gave it up and just washed his hands. No, I don't want to have a deal with that. You just be engaged with that, and I don't want to even something like that. Yeah, people think. Yeah, this is kind of worldview which is in the dualistic perspective. We think everything is happening in kind of chaotic way, and there is no any oneness and any connection with things. All these different philosophies of this world based on that kind of understanding. And actually, everything is going in the proper order. If you look at it through the broad perspective, the absolute point of view, everything is going in a perfect, absolutely perfect way. But why in this divine world happening some injustice or tragedies or whatever? So maybe children are dying, or old people are suffering, become a victim of somebody. So why this happening? Why do bad things happen to good people? You're saying. And why is the answer is because of forgetfulness of God. So we're living in a state of forgetfulness. Therefore, it's not created by the Lord. So He gave us little free will so that we can be independent. Otherwise, where there is a love, if He would not give to us free will, right? So free will means He loves us and He will give us choice. You like to express yourself in the wrong way, so He facilitates it. No problem, you can do it if you want. If you want to enjoy like this, so you can try. Like a loving father sometimes, when child asks him, so I want to put my finger into the fan which is spinning around. He said, no, you're gonna get some pain. Why are you doing it? No, I want. You don't love me. Please allow me. Okay, you try. So he plug out and he just allowed this child to do this. So it's like that, Supreme God, Lord, He's understand because He's the Supreme Father. He understands that our own desires as well. So therefore, He allows us to do even the wrong things sometimes. And main thing, what happened in this world because of forgetfulness of Him. So when we live in forgetfulness of Supreme Lord, so all these atrocities, all this all these cruelties are going on in this world because we forgot Supreme Lord. So we become distant from Him, and we've fallen into illusion, in the dense darkness of ignorance, and we commit violence against people, something else, which is godless and improper. So that's the thing. You know, I'll give you a practical example. So there is a light, sun is there outside, and there is a darkness as well. So what is preliminary, darkness or light? What is the first supposed to be? Light. Sun is there, right? So sun gives you light and enlightenment and everything, hidden energy. But darkness, it's like a byproduct of the sun. It's a byproduct. If there is no sun, there is no darkness as well. You understand? If there is no sun, there is no darkness. It's like byproducts. It's like a shadow, you know? Shadow, where there is a sun, light is going, so there is a shadow as well. So it's like a byproduct. So in the same way, this world is perfectly created and absolutely thing. But there is some byproduct of absolute, which is darkness of ignorance, when people stay in forgetfulness of God. And therefore, everything is happening like this. All these atrocities and cruelties are happening in this world. But God He did not create these things. So He allowed us to do what we want. Then we doing all this nonsense. And therefore, all this looks like not perfect, but from the absolute point of view, everything is perfect. Because what is the truth? Truth in the eyes of those who see in the things. So we think through our mind. It's called Atmavan Manyate Jagat. We see things as we are, as we have our state of being, of consciousness. So we see through that. So the prism of the mind. Therefore, we think it's not a perfect thing. Something going wrong, you know, some bad people there, some ignorance and darkness. What's happening in this world? But because we see through our eyes, through our prism of the mind, the actual world is perfect. That's what happened. This is a big illusion. So our mind creates a reality. We create reality. Yeah? Are you agree? It's an interesting concept. You have to think of it. Maybe it's not really a common concept, but if you think deeply, it's like that. So it's a big topic for discussion. Maybe so many different examples, but it's like just to make long story short. Is it okay?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Miss Mata just wanted to ask something for a while.
Yeah, I'll keep it very short. It was just sort of an extension of your question. So you talked about how humility is very important in order to understand spirituality. But now living in a world where everything is so competitive, and if we want to work, we're always asked to show our CVs. So we're always supposed to technically boast about whatever achievements we have. So in that sense, we have to keep our humility aside and talk about everything that we have done or should do. So how do we balance that? How do we stay humble but also make sure that we get a good job and use those savings for Krishna consciousness? So how do we sort of balance that?
Again, we have to rely on Krishna. So we have to work with detachment, renunciation through the wisdom. We should not push ourselves in the world, in this external world, external activities, try to advertise ourselves, and like normally people do it. They try to catch up and just compete with everyone, just pushing everyone with what is called elbow. They try to become like on the top of the hill. They just become winners, and this is materialistic viewpoint. Krishna said, so everyone has his own share given by the Supreme Owner. So you're not gonna get more than you already deserve. So you're not gonna get more. If you get it more, so then you're gonna get scarcity in the future, because it's stealing. You taken wrong share, somebody else. So that's stealing, and you're gonna be punished for that. So therefore, what is the use to push everyone and just try to compete with the people, just try to get more and more for your greed? So how you gonna end up? So everyone give his own share, and this is like a spiritual communism. You have to take whatever is belong to you, and it looks like there is no proprietor, but there is everything belongs to the Supreme. It's called principle of Ishavasya. Ishavasya Madam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagat Yam Jagat. So Isha is the Supreme Isha. He is the owner, and he gives to everyone. He knows everything, and he gives exactly what we need or what we deserve from our past activities. So we get in our karma. This is what we deserved, and we continue with that, being satisfied, because that's what we actually really are. And if you try to get more, so it's illegal. And so by understanding all this broad perspective, we can be satisfied and work for Supreme Cause, to understand this is preparation for the Supreme life, for the real life, for spiritual life in God consciousness. So therefore, let us get whatever Krishna gave to us, and just use for our maintenance, not for sense gratification, not for the greed, but for the need, and we will be satisfied, because we don't need much, this body. So if we live in balanced life in Sattva Gun, we don't need much, right? But for greed we need a lot, and still we will not be satisfied with that.
Can we say that partially being humble is to accept what is meant for us?
Partially?
Partially being humble, to say that being humble partially it also means to accept what is meant for us.
This is humility. So you accept whatever Krishna has gave to you, and to understanding the metaphysics of the world. So it's a humility, it's a knowledge. And first quality of knowledge is humility. Amanitva adam bitva. Have to give up pride and be humble. This is first sign or first quality of knowledge. So if I am humble, that means I'm in knowledge, I'm situated in knowledge. So when I'm pride with my knowledge and arrogant, that means I'm in ignorance. Even I'm speaking Sanskrit and doing all this kind of. So if I'm humble, that means I'm in knowledge, I understand, so I'm nothing. So there is Supreme Cause, Karmana Daiva Netrina, everything under the control. So I have to do my service to the Supreme Lord and use whatever is given to me. And whatever is given to me, and if I will offer it to the Lord, that means I'm doing perfect service. I don't need more. So it's enough, because Lord appreciates whatever you give to. Anyway, everything belongs to Him. If we offer to the sun, this fire lamp, so this is fire that comes from sun, but we offer it back. Like the same way we taken some amount of water from the Ganges river and offer it to the Ganges, to the deity of Ganga Devi. So we taken same resource and we are giving back to Krishna. How we can uplift our consciousness, that's what we actually work for. For upliftment, for purification, for understanding, for getting knowledge. Is it okay, probably? Yeah? So we have to move to the kirtan.
Yes, we have some time. We can chant maybe like a 10-minute kirtan or something.
Okay. Is it okay? We can chant a little more. And then
we'll have prasadam.
Yes.
Dinner. Actually, you might.
Okay.